Toastmaster, fellow members and most welcome guests. William Shakespeare is very well remembered for plays like Romeo or Juliet, Othello or Macbeth, but he was also the prolific author of historical plays covering the kings of England, from Edward III to Henry VIII. Tonight, I will read part of Henry V. Henry V was King of England from 1413 to 1422, and he is most famously remembered for the Battle of Agincourt, where he shattered the French army. And this reading will cover part of the battle. Where's the king? The king himself is brought to you their battle. Of fighting men, they have full threescore thousands. There's 5 to 1, besides, they're all fresh. God's arm strikes with us. Fearful odds, God be with you, princes all. I'll lead my charge. If we no more meet until we meet in heaven, then joyfully, my noble Lord of Bedford, my dear Lord of Gloucester, and my dear Lord Exeter, and my kind kinsman warrior all, adieu. Farewell, good Salisbury, and good luck go with thee. Farewell, kind Lord, fight valiantly today. And yet I do thee wrong to mind thy of it, for thou art framed with firm truths of valour. He is full of valour as of kindness, princely in both. Ho, what we know of here, but 110,000 of those men in England that do no work today. What's that he wishes to? My cousin Westmoreland? No, my fair cousin. If we are marked to die, we are now to do our country loss. And if to live, the fewer men the greater share of honour, God's will I praise, he wish not one man more. By Jove, I am not covetous for gold, nor care who I toss feet upon my coast. It yearns me not, if men my garments wear, such outward things dwell not in my desires. But if it be sin to cover honour, I am the most offending soul alive. No face, God, my cause. Wish not a man from England God's peace. I would not lose so great an honour, as one man more methinks would share from me. For the best hope I have, oh, I do not wish one more. Rather proclaim it Westmoreland to my host, that he which had no stomach for this fight, let him depart. His passport shall be made, and crowns for convoy put into his purse. We would not die in that man's company that fears his fellowship to die with us. This day is called the Feast of Crispin. He that would live these days and comes home safe will stand tiptoe when the day is made and rouse him at the name of Crispin. And he that shall live these days and see old age will yearly on the vigil feast his neighbour and say, tomorrow is St. Crispin's. Then he will strip his sleeve and show his scars and say, these wounds I had on St. Crispin's day. Old men forget, yet all shall be forgot, but he'll remember with advantage what feats he did that day. Then shall all names familiar in his mouth as household word, Harry the King's, Bedford and Exeter, Warwick and Talbot, Salisbury and Gloucester, be in their flowing cups freshly remembered. These stories shall the good man teach his son, and Crispin shall ne'er go by from this day to the ending of the world. But we in it shall be remembered, we few, we happy few, we band of brothers, for he today that sheds his blood with me shall be my brother, be ne'er so vile. This day shall the gentlest condition and gentlemen of England now abide, shall sing themselves accursed they were not here, and all their man chiefs, while Inez speaks, that fought with us upon St. Crispin's day. My sovereign lord, bestow yourself with speed. The French are bravely in their battle sets, and will know that shall expedients charge upon us. All things are ready for mine to be so. Perish the mind, whose mind is backward now. Through dust, with more help from England cause. God's will, my liege, would you and I alone without more ale could fight this royal battle? Why, now thou hast unwind 5,000 men, which like me better than to usher at one. You know your place. God be with you all. Once more, I come to know of thee, King Harry, if for thy ransom thou wilt no compound. Before thy most assured overthrow, for certainly thou art so near the gulf, thou indeed must not be engulfed. Besides in mercy, the constable desires these who wilt mind, thy follower of repentance, that their souls may make a peaceful and sweet retire from off this field where wretches their poor body must lie and fester. Who hath sent thee now? The Constable of France. I pray thee, bear my former answer back. Beat them, achieve me, and they'll sell my bones. Good God, why should they mock poor fellows thus? The man that once did sell the lion's skin while the beast lived was killed with hunting him. How many of our bodies shall no doubt find native grave, upon the which I trust shall witness leaving grass of these days' work, and those that leave their valiant bones in France, dying like men, to buried in a dunghill, they shall be fain, for there the sun shall greet them, and draw their honours reeking up to heaven, leaving their hasty path to choke in your clime, the smell whereof shall breed a plague in France. Mark then abounding or valour in our English, that being dead, like to the bullets grazing, break out into second course of mischief, killings in relapse of mortality. Let me speak proudly, tell the constable, we are but warrior for the working day. Our gayness or guilt are all besmirched with ready marching in the painful field. There not a piece of feather in our horse. Good argument, I hope, we will not fly, and time hath wont us to slavery, but by the mass, all herds are in the stream, and my poor soldiers tell me, yet ye are right, they'll be in Thresher's Row, or they'll pluck the gay new coats over the French soldiers' heads, and turn them out to service. If they do this, as if God's plead, they shall, my ransomdom, will soon be levelled. Herald, serve out thy labour. Come to no more for ransom, gentle herald. They shall have none, I swear, but these my joint, which if they have, will live them then, shall give them little. Tell the constable. I shall, King Harry, and so farewell. You never shalt hear herald any more. I fear that once more they'll come again for ransom. My lord, I must humbly on my knee beg the leading of the vanguard. Take it, brave York. Soldiers, my way, and hold your peace. God dispels the day.
Ô diable! Ô Seigneur! Le jour est perdu, tout est perdu! Mort de ma vie, all is confounded, all, reproach and everlasting shame, sits mocking in your plume. O merchant fortune, do not run away. Why, all our ranks are broke. Oh, perdurable shame, let's stab ourselves. Be these wretches that we played at dice for. Is this the king we sent for his ransom? Shame, shame, an eternal shame, nothing but shame. Let us die in honour once more back again, and he that will not follow Bourbon now, let him go hence, and with his cap in hand, like a base pander hold the chamber door, whilst by a slave, no gentler than my dog, his fairest daughter is contaminated. Disorder that has called us, friend us now. Let us go heaps, go to offer our own lives. We are no yet living in the field to smother up the English in our throngs, if any order might be sought upon. The devil take order now. Out to the strong, let life be short, else shame will be too long.
Well, what have we done, thrice valiant countrymen? But all is not done, yet keep the French the field. The Duke of York summons him to your majesty. Lives he, good uncle, thrice within the hour, I saw him down, thrice up again, and fighting from helmet to the spur, all blood he was. In which array, brave soldier, does he lie, lording the plain and by his bloody side, yoke fellow to his honour-hunting wound, the noble Earl of Suffolk also lie. Suffolk first died, and York, all huddled over, comes to him, where in gold he laid in steeps, and takes him by the bird, kisses the gashes, that bloodily did spawn upon his face, then cried aloud, Tarry, dear cousin Suffolk, my soul shall sign keep company to heaven. Tarry, sweet soul, for mine, and fly abreast, as in this glorious and well-trodden field we kept together in our cavalry. Upon these words I came and cheered him up. He smiled at me in the face, brought me his hand, and with a feeble grip said, Dear Lord, come with my service to me sovereign. So did he turn over Suffolk's neck, he threw his wounded arm and kissed his lips, and so exposed theirs to his bloody seal, the testament of noble ending law, the pretty and sweet manner of it forced, these water from me which I would have stopped, but had I not so much man in me, and all my mother came into mine eyes, and gave me up to tears. I blame you not, for hearing this, I must perforce compound with mistful eyes, or they will issue too. The French have reinforced their scattered men, then every soldier kill his prisoners, give the word through. And so, outnumbered 4-1, the English army won the day, and shattered the French army, unleashing a new chapter in the Hundred Years' War, one of the many meanders of the history of France and Britain, two nations separated by no less than a common history, based in grandeur and legend since time immemorial, and whose future will no doubt be a lot more of the same.